Hello, Douglas Long and Sunny Navratnam again. Following on from a previous conversation about listening, we thought that it might be appropriate to start talking about how people get developed. And there are so many ways you can do this, especially from the context of third generation leadership. So maybe Douglas, you'd like to share a perspective, an approach about that.
I think the big thing, and it goes back in part to this point that I was making before about creating an environment where people can perform and the issue of listening in relation to that. Sometimes leaders seem to think that they know what is best for other people's development. And this is very much a second generation leadership approach. In a second generation leadership approach, I'm looking for people to comply or to conform with what I want them to do. And so I'll be looking out and saying, you need to go on this sort of training program and you need to go on this sort of training program. And I guess I've always been concerned about this prisoner of war type situation. And so often when you're running a workshop, and I used to see this in the work that I was doing at Macquarie particularly, that a lot of the people that would come on had been sent there by their bosses. And so they were coming in unwillingly. They didn't want to really be there. They had all sorts of stuff piling up on their desks at work. And so their minds were not there with what was going on. And listening enables us to find out what a person really needs, what they want, because most people can look at the tasks that they have to perform. They can make an honest assessment about whether or not they've got the necessary knowledge or skills. And they can, if they're given the opportunity, they can then discuss with their leaders, with their managers, that which is really required, and a better solution can be provided. Because the important thing about helping people grow and to develop is to first of all start where they are right now, and then to pace the whole development in accord with the way in which that person learns, the way in which they want to grow and develop, while at the same time recognizing that no person must grow and develop. Yes. No person must learn new things. This is very much an individual choice. All we can do is to create the environment for people to grow, to improve, to become what they want to become, no matter where they're coming from.
Yes. I think that fundamental aspect of recognizing that there is no have to or must.
Yeah.
We're quite used to that authoritarian model, where somebody else has already decided what is right for us, what we must do, how we must conduct ourselves and behave, etc. And that's a difficult thing, because for most organizations, we have built the organizations in a structured form that would fall apart if you didn't have your musts and your shoulds and shouldn'ts and etc. I think the most successful organizations in the 21st century are the ones who abandon those kinds of structured things, throw that out of the window, and realize that what they've got is a group of extraordinary beings, these human beings, with amazing capacity to do wonderful, wonderful things, and to allow that wonderful stuff to come to life.
Yeah, to get everyone agreeing on the same purpose, to be totally in accord with the purpose of the organisation. And yes, we need to have some form of hierarchy and structure, I suppose, given our existing world situation. So we want some form of accountability and reporting structure. But if people are agreed on the purpose, and if they are committed to making that happen, then they can open up and share what they need for development. And that way, growth can occur.
Yes. So there's a really important element here of creating engagement and of listening and bringing people together. And I think that's I guess, one approach that we can really look at. It's about developing people.
Yep.
Yes. So there you are. Have a think about that. Is that what is going on in your organization? Is that what you actually see happening around you in the other organizations that you're involved in? Perhaps it is clients of yours or customer or suppliers for you, or other stakeholders around you. Have a look at that. And perhaps you have got some interesting anecdotes, stories, and perhaps your own thoughts that you'd like to share with us, and let us take it to the world. Thank you very much for listening. We look forward to talking to you soon.